My dear students, today I'm going to cover the organic part of first year basic chemistry syllabus, aromatic hydrocarbons. This is Ratnam from Kano Degree College, Bhagan, Associate Professor of Chemistry. Let us take up what is aromaticity. Aromaticity is a specific property of organic compounds. We can classify compounds of organic compounds into two categories. One is aliphatic, another is aromatic. Aliphatic means open chain compounds and ring compounds, of course. But even though they may have rings, they do not have alternating double bonds. These double bonds are not in continuation, alternating. Whereas, apart from this, we have another category called aromatic compounds, which contain benzene-like rings or any such a cyclic rings where alternating double bonds are present, and there is a possibility of pi bond delocalization. So such characters generally are categorized into aromatic compounds, and uh, other remaining hydrocarbons are converted into or covered as aliphatic. Aromaticity, what does it exactly mean? Aromatic, the meaning is a pleasant smelling compounds, because the first earlier known examples of aromatic compounds were benzene and toluene, which were actually pleasant in smell little bit. So that was the main reason why the term aromatic has been given. It is actually the property of conjugated cycloalkenes. Here the term conjugated cycloalkenes are very, very important. Conjugated means alternating double bonds. Cycloalkenes, already we know that alkenes with the cyclic nature. This type of molecules, they are showing extra stability when compared to other simple alkenes. So that extra stability is mainly due to one property that is called aromaticity. And why this aromaticity is giving extra stability? What exactly aromaticity is? The conditions to determine the aromatic compounds is that the compound must be cyclic. It must be a cycle. It must have rings, and it must be planar in nature, and all the p orbitals which are perpendicular to the plane must be there for each carbon or for each atom which is there in the ring. So every ring must have p orbital, whether with electrons or without electrons. That must be planar in nature. And the important point is Huckel's rule. Huckel's rule is specifically tells that this aromatic compounds must contain 4n plus 2 pi electrons. 4n plus 2 is the number of pi electrons which is required number. And again, there must be delocalization of pi electrons. This delocalization of pi electrons is possible when we have p orbitals perpendicular to the ring. So each atom must contain one p orbital with electrons or without electrons. So these are the mainly four conditions what we can say, that it must be cyclic and planar in nature structurally, and it must contain p orbitals, and it must follow Huckel's rule that 4n plus 2 pi electrons must be there in the ring, and delocalization of pi electrons is necessary to exhibit aromaticity. What is this Huckel's 4n plus 2 rule? See here, 4n plus 2 rule, what it tells, for example, benzene is there. Then how many pi electrons are there? 3 double bonds means 6 pi electrons. 6 comes with n is equal to 1. You can see the table here. When n is equal to 0, 4n plus 2 means 2 pi electrons. So n is equal to 1, 4n plus 2 gives 6 electrons. Then 10, then 14, then 18. So this is how we can easily understand that number of pi electrons necessary to exhibit aromatic character are 2, 6, 10, 14, like that. In benzene, the pi electrons here is 6. So it is aromatic. Why? Because you can check the conditions. It is planar, it is cyclic, and alternating double bonds are there. That is, conjugation is there, and delocalization of pi electrons is possible because pi electrons can move continuously. Every atom has p orbital, and again, last is 4n plus 2 pi electrons is also satisfied. You can have a number of examples which exhibit a aromatic character. Just now we had discussed benzene. Similarly, this is naphthalene. You see, again this is a cyclic compound, planar, and alternating double bonds are there. And you see total number of pi electrons are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pi bonds. 5 pi bonds means 10. 10 pi electrons is also following 4n plus 2. Similarly, you see anthracene, that is 3 benzene rings fused to each other. This is also planar cyclic, and pi electrons are alternatingly arranged. How many pi electrons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 means 7 into 2, 14. 14 number is also follows 4n plus 2 rule. Therefore, anthracene is also aromatic in nature. So this is how we can decide thymine is something different, but these are three are good examples which we can come across easily. 1 benzene ring, 2 benzene rings, 3 benzene rings. Like that, you can extend that also. So different molecules are possible by extending that. You see here, for example, with different types of molecules again are given. It's not routine benzene. It is something different. For example, you see here, this is cyclic cyclopentadiene, but the extension of pi electrons are not possible at this carbon. Therefore, it is not having delocalization. And here, it is having delocalization because of positive charge. Yes, there is a possibility of delocalization, but total number of 4n plus 2 rule is not followed because total number of electrons are 4, which is not there. 4n plus 2 rule does not follow. Whereas if you look at this minus charge with the cyclopentadienyl anion, then that cyclopentadienyl anion minus charge is having total number of, you see this, yeah, this is cyclopentadienyl anion, where minus charge is 1, 2 electrons here, 2, 2. Total pi electrons are 6. 6 electrons with conjugation, cyclic in nature, with delocalization possible. Therefore, this is cyclopentadienyl anion is a aromatic compound. Similarly, this is not aromatic because of course 3 pi bonds are there, but alternatingly they cannot delocalize because they cannot move. Here it is positive charge 6 pi electrons, so it can move. So this is tryptopylium cation, which is aromatic in nature. But again, tryptopylium anion, if you take, it is not aromatic in nature because the total pi electrons becomes 8. 8 is not a 4n plus 2 rule following condition. 4n plus 2 rule is one important concept which explains how the delocalization is possible. Now, let us take the reactivity of benzene. How benzene reacts. The reactivity, whenever you look at the reactivity of benzene, because of the speciality of benzene, it is, even though has 3 double bonds. See that there are 3 double bonds present in benzene, but benzene doesn't show any addition type reactions. The reason is it is extra stability. Because of its extra stability. Why it is more stable? Because of its aromatic nature. So this aromatic condition makes benzene more stable than when compared to other alkenes. So it is not a simple trialkene. It is not a alkene. Therefore, it will not undergo any addition type reactions. Instead of that, intact nature of benzene ring, that is aromatic condition, it doesn't want to disturb that aromatic condition. That's why the most likely and possible reactions are substitution reaction. What kind of substitution? Here you see a benzene ring, every carbon is having one hydrogen. Every carbon is having one hydrogen on each carbon. And if possible, this hydrogen is replaced with some other electrophile. That's why they can undergo electrophilic substitution reaction. This is the easy way. And if such reactions are taking place, then aromatic nature does not change. So aromatic that character is continued. So that is the reason why benzene prefers to undergo electrophilic substitution reactions. Why only electrophilic substitution? Because of electrophile can easily be attacked or it can initiate the reaction because of the pi electrons. It is rich in pi electrons, therefore it can easily attack electrophile. So electrophile can initiate the reaction. That's why it is electrophilic substitution reaction, which is possible in benzene. See, this is how this hydrogen is replaced. This hydrogen is replaced by some electrophile group, which is possible to come there. You can see how the reaction proceeds. Yeah, you see, this is the mechanism of electrophilic substitution reaction. First, the pi bond in benzene attacks electrophile. This is E plus electrophile, and once this attacks, then E is attached here. So once this E is attached to this carbon, for example, if it is attached to this carbon gets positive charge. So the pi bond is removed, and now this pi bond is connected to E, that is electrophile, and this remaining carbon is getting positive charge. This is intermediate. After that, what happens? The double bond shifts here. This double bond. So there is a resonance stabilization of intermediate. So this positive charge comes here in the middle part, and again this double bond shifts here, and positive charge goes to this place. See here. So this is how the intermediate carbonium ion is exhibiting different resonance structures. You see this. So this is the intermediate, and intermediate is stabilized because of this resonance, or because of this movement of pi electrons as well as positive charge. And finally, what happens? This proton is removed. Here you see, this proton is removed, and this bond is converted into pi bond here. Therefore, again, the total structure is like benzene, but now hydrogen has been replaced with electrophile E. He is the new electrophile here. So this is the best and easy way of writing the mechanism for electrophilic substitutions on benzene ring. Just now we have explained you how the reaction takes place, and once the remaining base which comes and attracts this proton, this bond, this carbon H bond is got removed, and that bond comes back as a pi bond again into the system. So this is how a easy way of writing electrophilic substitution reactions on benzene. Here the point what we have to understand is a sigma complex is formed as intermediate. It's called sigma complex. Or it is also called as rhenium ion. Rhenium ion. So because it is a carbocation on benzene ring, that's why it is called rhenium ion. Electrophile is the initiating reagent which starts the reaction. Let us take some different examples on benzene. First is nitration of benzene. For nitration, the reagent required is nitric acid HNO3 and sulfuric acid H2SO4. Combination of HNO3 H2SO4. This is the reagent for the reaction, and the product is this nitrobenzene. That is NO2 group is substituted on benzene ring. So this nitrobenzene. How the reaction actually goes on? HNO3 H2SO4, when both interact with each other, both are acids, but H2SO4 is a strong acid, therefore it gives proton to HNO3, and HNO3 by taking H plus, it loses water molecule, so that NO2 plus nitronium ion, NO2 plus nitronium ion is the electrophile, or it is the main initiating reagent in the reaction. So HNO3 plus H2SO4 on combination gives nitronium ion NO2 plus as the reagent or electrophile, and this starts the reaction. You see how NO2 plus as electrophile attaches to benzene ring, then positive charge on the neighboring carbon, then positive charge moves on, a sigma complex is formed, that is the rhenium ion, and after that proton is removed by HSO4 minus, and therefore it gives nitrobenzene. How we can see nitrobenzene formation. This is sulfonation, benzene sulfonic acid. Here we use sulfuric acid, only sulfuric acid. It is taken, and sulfuric acid gives electrophile SO3. Actually, SO3 sulfur trioxide is the electrophile which is generated here. But sulfur trioxide also accepts a proton, so that it becomes SO3H plus. the SO3H plus is the perfect electrophile which is initiating the reaction. Sulfuric acid first generates SO3H as a sulfuric acid electrophile, and again that electrophile attaches to benzene ring same as usually, and positive charge is generated, and sigma complex is written like this. So positive charge here, here, and here. So on 3 positions positive charge by changing the double bond positions. Then after writing the intermediates, we have to write this hybrid intermediate like this. After that again, the remaining SO3H minus, this abstracts proton, so that the cyclic ring structure is again regenerated, so that benzene ring is now having SO3H as substituent in place of only hydrogen. That's why it is benzene sulfonic acid. So this is what the second reaction which we can explain, sulfonation of benzene. Next reaction is halogenation. Halogenation of benzene. Here halogenation is possible by the reagent. Here compulsory we need halogen anyhow, but to that the reagent catalyst is Lewis acid. The Lewis acids are aluminum trichloride or ferric trichloride. So ferric chloride or aluminum chloride are the common Lewis acids which are useful to carry the reaction forward, because in bromination Br plus, in chlorination Cl plus are the main electrophiles or reagents. So to generate electrophile we need Lewis acid, because from bromine Br plus is generated if you use AlCl3. Similarly, in chlorine, when you use chlorine with AlCl3, we get see here Br2 is there, and if you use ferric bromide or ferric chloride, whatever it may be, and this takes Br minus. So Br minus is taken by the reagent. Therefore, the remaining is Br plus. So bromium cation. Bromine cation is now electrophile. So this electroid is electroid. In the second step, benzene attaches to bromine plus, and sigma complex intermediate is formed. Then positive charge is generated on the neighboring carbon. Again, as we know that it revolves around. After that, the proton is taken away by the FeBr4 minus. FeBr4 minus attracts proton, it abstracts proton, and double bond is regenerated back. So this is how we get bromobenzene. So this is what is halogenation. So halogenation we need to carry in presence of Lewis acid. The Lewis acids are ferric chloride or aluminum chloride. Very good, Lewis acid. Now very famous name reaction it is. This is alkylation. The name is Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction. Friedel-Crafts are the scientists who developed this method. And how alkylation on benzene takes place. Here also very simple. It is almost similar to halogenation, because the reagent is same. Here also we use the reagent aluminum chloride or ferric chloride, whatever it is. This aluminum chloride or ferric chloride is used with alkyl halide. So two reagents we must remember clearly. Alkyl halide, that is the alkyl group which is to be substituted, is taken as alkyl halide, and the reagent is Lewis acid, Lewis catalyst, which is nothing but aluminum chloride or ferric chloride. Then how the reaction proceeds? Simple. Aluminum chloride again takes this Cl minus. Aluminum chloride takes the Cl minus. Then CS3 plus is left over. That is nothing but R plus. In RCl, after Cl minus is taken away, R plus is there. That is carbocation. And this alkyl group carbonium ion is left there, and this R plus or methyl plus is the electrophile. Now this comes and attaches to benzene. So R plus is the reagent which starts the reaction. Then the remaining part of the reaction is same. After the attachment, sigma complex is written, and again the proton is removed from AlCl4 minus or FeCl4 minus. So that again removes proton. Then what happens? R methyl is the group which is remaining as substituent. Therefore, methyl benzene is formed, which is nothing but toluene, or any alkyl benzene is formed. Similar type of reaction is another reaction. This is the Friedel-Crafts acylation. What is this acylation? Simple. Same reaction with same catalyst, but only the difference is we use, instead of alkyl halide, we use acylating what halide, that is acetyl chloride. We use acetyl chloride, CS3COCl. This is the reagent here, CS3COCl. Again, catalyst is Lewis acid. Then what happens? AlCl3 removes Cl minus. Then the remaining part is CS3CO plus. CS3CO plus. Acylium cation. Acylium cation is the electrophile in acylation. So acylium cation is electrophile. Again, this cation attaches to benzene. Then benzene ring gets same sigma complex. After that, proton is removed from the same carbon. Then benzene is getting COCS3. COCS. This is a methyl phenyl ketone. We can also call this as acetyl benzene. Okay, this is also called acetyl benzene. So this is what we call as the Friedel-Crafts acylation. Here in Friedel-Crafts acylation, benzene is reacting with acetyl chloride in presence of Lewis acid, which is nothing but aluminum chloride. Then the product is benzene is attached to COCS3. The key factor or the electrophile is COCS3 plus. So plus charge is on carbon. CS3CO plus. You see here. This is the reagent, and which is called acylium cation. You look at the total. Now whatever we have discussed. First is the this is halogenation by using Lewis acid. You get halobenzene, and Friedel-Crafts acylation by using RCl and AlCl3. We get alkyl benzene. Next, nitration, nitric acid, sulfuric acid combination. We get nitrobenzene. Sulfonation, sulfuric acid only. We get benzene sulfonic acid. Acylation, we use RCOCl with AlCl3. We get methyl acylated benzene. The electrophiles, already I told you that electrophiles are nitration, it is NO2 plus, in sulfonation SO3H, in bromination Br plus, in Friedel-Crafts alkylation R plus, in acylation RCO plus. Plus is should be written on carbon. So these are the nutshell total points what we have covered, the 5 main reactions. Now the second part of this lesson is orientation and reactivity. What is this orientation? What is this reactivity? Here, for pure benzene, we know that this is how the reaction goes on. The reactivity is same for benzene. But once there is a substitution, suppose already benzene has one substitution, and now it wants to undergo electrophilic substitution reaction further. So for the second group to come on, the first group which is already present on the benzene will decide where should the second group come and occupy the place. So that is called orientation. And reactivity also very, very important. If there is any substitution on benzene ring, the reactivity of benzene ring either increases or decreases. It depends on the nature of the group which is present on the benzene ring. So due to this factor, the terminology orientation and reactivity has been important to understand. Yeah. There are two different types of groups which are possible on benzene ring. One type of group is called a ring activating group, and another type of group is called ring deactivating group. You see here, ring activating, deactivating. What actually they do? It is simple. Ring activating groups are electron group donors. They are actually called electron group donors. That means when a group is present which can donate electron pair towards benzene ring, then what happens? Electron density on benzene ring increases. So due to the increase in the benzene electron density on benzene ring, electrophilic substitution reactions will go on faster. So reaction becomes fast. So that is called ring activation. So electron releasing groups, like you see here, these are the electron releasing groups here: NH2, NR2, OH, OR, NHCOR, methyl. So these are all called electron releasing groups which donate electron pair to benzene ring, and that gives what activeness, that increases the activeness of the ring, that is called ring activating nature of the group. So this is possible with electron donating groups. And now reverse to this is, there are some groups which withdraw electrons. They withdraw electrons from the benzene ring. Because of the nature of these groups, they withdraw electrons from benzene ring, so that electron density on benzene ring decreases. So when electron density is decreased, that automatically electrophilic substitution becomes slow. So electrophilic substitution when becomes slow, they are called deactivating groups. Examples: nitro and CF3, for example, COR, cyanide, COOR, SO3H, halogens. These are all electron withdrawing groups. They remove electron cloud from, they decrease the electron density from benzene, so that electrophilic substitution reaction becomes slow. So simple things: activating groups increase the reactivity, deactivating groups decrease the reactivity of benzene. So these are the important points what we have to understand. Here look at the examples. Electron donating or withdrawing groups, how they affected. In the upper one, it is aniline. So in aniline, NH2 group is electron releasing group. So electron releases, when the electrons are released towards benzene ring, what happens? Benzene ring is getting minus charge. You see at ortho position minus charge. After that, this pi bond shifts here. Then we get a negative charge on the para position. After that, again on the other side of ortho position. So ortho para positions are getting negative charge because of the electron releasing group present on the benzene ring. So nitrogen is having electron pair which can easily donate to benzene ring, so that the negative charge is appearing on ortho and para position. So this is what we call as electron donating nature of the group, and negative charge is increased on benzene ring. Therefore, electrophile can easily come and attack on ortho and para position. So this is called ring activation. So negative charge is increased. That is called ring activation. Here, nitrobenzene. Another example is nitrobenzene, where N double bond O is there. So this double bond O captures, or it removes electron towards oxygen, so that the electrons from ring are moving towards nitro group. So here nitro group is attracting electrons or withdrawing electrons towards back. Therefore, benzene ring is getting positive charge. Again, the positive charge is here on the ortho position and para position. See the structures. At ortho position positive charge, again here positive charge, again here positive charge. As the pi bond move on, then we get positive charges moving in ortho and para position. So what happened? Benzene ring has got less electron density, or electron cloud is removed from benzene ring because of nitro group. Therefore, the reactivity of benzene ring is decreased. So this is called deactivating nature of withdrawing groups. So nitrobenzene is less reactive, aniline is more reactive with respect to benzene. So aniline is more reactive when compared to benzene. Nitrobenzene is less reactive when compared to benzene. So this is the main reason. And how this activating groups and deactivating groups direct the incoming group. So the incoming group, where should it occupy? So whenever activating groups are present, activity is increased, reaction move on faster. At the same time, the incoming group occupies the position where negative charge is there. Already we have seen in the previous example, the negative charge is there on the ortho and para position. Therefore, the incoming group comes at ortho and para position. So they are called ortho-para directing groups. They direct the incoming group at ortho and para position because negative charge is there at ortho and para. The carbon number is 2 and 4. So C2, C4 are the carbons where substitution takes place. The second substitution takes place. Whereas deactivating groups, if you look at the deactivating groups, positive charge is there on ortho-para position. Therefore, the remaining part is only meta. Meta is the suitable because on positive charge, another positively charged ion cannot come. Electrophile cannot come onto the positively charged carbon. Therefore, it attacks at meta position. Therefore, it is called meta directing groups. So, deactivating groups are meta directing groups. Activating groups are ortho-para directing groups. Halogens are exceptional in this case because halogens are actually deactivating groups. They do not support activation, but even though they actually behave ortho-para directing in nature. the incoming group always go to ortho and para position whenever all halogen is present. Look at some examples here. For example, aminobenzene, that is aniline. If you look at the aniline, you see this how to write the activating nature of aniline. So this is already we have explained how aniline donates electron pair and how minus charge rotates here. It comes on negative what ortho position, after that para position, again ortho position. When you look at the process of reactions, for example bromination, in benzene bromination takes place to give only monobromo benzene, whereas if you react bromine with aniline, then what happens, you see, because of the active nature of aniline, reaction is very fast, and we expect tribromo aniline. There are three bromine atoms which are molecules are attached to benzene, and also the positions are ortho positions and para position with respect to aniline. So with respect to NH2, this is ortho, and this is para. So these three positions are very very important. So this is a clear indication that how activation is the reason why reaction is going faster, and also tribromination is possible. Another is methoxy benzene. This is also a very good example. We can see bromination without actually in benzene ring we need Lewis acid, but here no Lewis acid is required because of the active nature of methoxy. Benzene ring easily undergoes bromination, so that orthobromoanisole and parabromoanisole is formed. Methoxybenzene is also called anisole. That's why the reaction is faster. So we can easily see here the reaction is very very quick, and the position also important. We are getting bromination at ortho and para position only. Whereas for nitration also it is very simple, that ordinary condition without temperature also simple nitric acid sulfuric acid combination will give you nitration at ortho and para, that is ortho nitroanisole, para nitroanisole are formed. You see, these are the different molecules which we can call activating groups. In the above portion, we have activating, that is NH2 electron releasing, very strong activating, OH electron releasing, very strong activating, anisole OCS3, very strong activating, methyl, that is also activating, but not that extent. It is less activating. Whereas deactivating groups, NO2, electron withdrawing, deactivating groups, very strong deactivating. Next cyanide, it is also electron withdrawing, so deactivating. Next COOH or COOCS3 or COO or anything, or CHO or aldehydes, ketones, or even carboxylic acid esters, all that groups under come this category, they are deactivating. And halogens, again they are also deactivating, but they are orthopara directing. You can look at the example of deactivating, for example, nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene chlorination takes place, but at meta position. You see, this is meta position. It directing the incoming group. Incoming chloro is coming to meta position. So to nitro, it is coming at so meta chloro nitrobenzene is formed. Similarly, if you do nitration on nitrobenzene further, again that also comes and occupies at meta position. So this is how we can see about meta directing groups. You see, this is again one more important point. We can understand that why benzoic acid is not undergoing acylation or alkylation. The reason is simple, because of the ring deactivation. Benzoic acid deactivates the ring so that it will not undergo alkylation or acylation by using Friedel-Crafts method. So this reaction is not possible practically. So this is how we can understand the activating and deactivating nature of different substances, which what decide the reaction of the benzene ring, that is how fast the reaction proceeds, and also the conditions which are required, because if the activating groups are present, less conditions are enough to complete the reaction. If deactivating groups are present, then we need rigorous and more rigorous conditions are required to proceed the reaction. And second point is, activating groups decide the position at ortho and para positions. The incoming group occupies ortho and para, whereas the deactivating groups always decide the incoming group to meta position. So this is the major difference between ortho and para groups, and to decide ortho and para positions. So this aromatic hydrocarbons chapter is over. So we have completed all these major points, that what is aromaticity, what are aromatic conditions, what is Huckel's rule, how to decide the aromatic compound based on the conditions, that it must be planar, cyclic, and conjugation must be there, and 4n plus 2 pi electrons must be there, delocalization of electrons must be there. Then only we can call such molecule as aromatic. Good examples are benzene, naphthalene, and anthracene, like that. So after that, we have taken benzene as a good example, and the reactivity of benzene is taken, that benzene undergoes electrophilic substitution reaction, in which electrophile attacks on benzene, and intermediate formed is a sigma complex, which is stabilized by resonance. After that, proton is removed, and we get benzene substituted with a group. So we have taken nitrobenzene formation, benzene sulfonic acid, halobenzene, Friedel-Crafts alkylation, Friedel-Crafts acylation. After that, we have discussed the orientation and ortho-para directing, meta directing, and activating, deactivating groups. All this is covered in this lesson. Thank you very much for watching.